The home place has been in the Keenan family for over 100 years. In the 1920s and 30s, anywhere from 8 to 11 Keenan family members lived there. Across the road to the west lived Maggie Keller, Popo's sister. Living in a home with this size with so many relatives is something June Klepper describes. If you could give us some sense for what it was like living in the house and who was in what rooms and what was that like?
You mean out the farm? Down the farm? Well, Paul, the oldest boy, he kind of had I don't know what I want to say, pet. He was a pet. And he had his private room, the west room there in the big house, alone. And of course, Louise, Sylvia, and I had the south room, which we had a bed and a cot. And in the west, well, of course, Paul had that. And in the north room was Bub and Ori. Of course, the young ones weren't there then. And then in the east room, my dad's brother, Uncle Johnny, Keenan, he was pet. He had the room all to himself. And here's a cute thing, and we had lace curtains in there. And whenever it'd get hot, he'd raise those windows, and we'd go up there to make his bed, and he'd have those lace curtains tied in knots all over. And that wasn't really probably what you wanted. And but my mother cooked for him and worked for him all those years till he died, my dad's brother. And just once in a while, at Christmas time, he'd give her a gift of some money. And that, you know what I mean, she really was a hard-working woman and raised 10 children. Can you imagine? And then my dad's brother there living with us yet.
Uh, we just had a lot of fun when we were kids. You know, I don't think anyone ever sat around in their life and worried about what they were going to do, because we could just kick up something to do, and the way we'd go. You know, stole a few watermelons and whatever. You know, we rode horses. We got a little bit older, and we rode horses, and we used to go camp out at night and bring our horses and saddles and pretend we were cowboys. And I tell you, the cowboys always slept under a saddle. I tried that. I couldn't sleep on a saddle with my head on a saddle, But we had a lot of fun. We tried to cook birds that we'd shot, and they weren't very good. But all of it was fun. I mean, we really had a bowl of cherries as far as fun goes.
And we were kids on the farm, in addition to walking across the field and meeting on horses and things like that. Marvin Keller, I know, in his commentary, talked about when we go camping out with the horses. They were, 21 highway at that time was gravel. And we would take our horses or bikes, wherever we had, and we'd go down to the Huffman place, John Huffman's, because he had a swimming pool, believe it or not, which was built for agricultural purposes and not really for entertainment. And he also had a wine cellar. So we'd go down and maybe have a little bit of wine and swim. And one Sunday we got bored, and so we found an old purse, an old colorful purse at the Huffman farm. And we got some string, and we went down and got in a culvert under the road in front of the Huffman place, put this bright purse in the middle of the road, and then covered up the string with gravel, and then we got in the culvert. Well, that was during the war, and you could only drive 35 miles an hour. That was the limit. When you drive 35, why, you see a person in the road, it's easy to stop, pick it up. It's easy to identify. Well, car after car would pull up and screech to a halt, sliding on the gravel, and get out, and just before they grab the purse, we pull the string. And they'd take off very embarrassed. We did that time after time, day after day. It was fun.
What contacts did you have